Hello, welcome back, Boomy Girl. Welcome back, viewers. So we are studying today the Airbus A350-900. Just tonight, got about an hour. We are setting off on a long journey once again from Ho Chi Minh City from Copenhagen to Ho Chi Minh City. Boomy Girl knows a little bit too much about my life, so if you follow the stream, she knows that I'm supposed to be studying for my OPC, but here I am playing video games instead. Um, but it's gonna be fun nevertheless. All right, we had. I hope you enjoyed those Vietnamese beats. That's some traditional, apparently traditional Vietnamese music. Thanks to the people at Spotify, we've got that. I got to be careful with using that because my last video on YouTube was copyrighted because I used some music that I'm not supposed to be using. But we won't make the same mistakes again now, will we? So we're now boarding in April. It's an Airbus A350. We're in Copenhagen. We're going to set off to go to Ho Chi Minh City. Pretty long flight. And I can tell you we're already delayed. It's starting to become a little bit of a theme in my life. And I think what we can do is, instead of looking at the airplane from here, let's just jump in and get to work. All right. Passengers are being boarded. I'll tell you very quickly what's going on here. This is our flight plane, obviously. We're flying from Copenhagen to Saigon Ho Chi Minh City, on Vietnam Airlines flight 38. We're using a A350-900 with the Trent extra wide body engines. Weights are all okay. Flight time, just what you're most interested in, is going to take 11 hours and 20 minutes after takeoff. We're supposed to take off at time, which is in 21 minutes, which I think is actually achievable, which brings us on around 6:18 Zulu time in Ho Chi Minh City. So sorry, in Zulu time. So it's going to be about 1 in the afternoon in Ho Chi Minh City, and that gives me enough time to go about the rest of my day tomorrow as well. So let's jump straight into it. So why Copenhagen? It's because Copenhagen today has got an event going on, and the events in Copenhagen can get quite nice. But what we're doing is we're departing the we're departing Copenhagen instead of arriving. I like to usually arrive at events, but just because of how busy can potentially get, we've decided this time it's possibly better to just um, do the departure instead. We still expect a few delays. Most of it's going to be pilot error delays, but we also Copenhagen departure. Let's take a look. How do we do that? Well, let's connect first. ADSC. Who do we connect to? Well, first we need to get ATIS. I'll be honest, I've kind of forgotten how we do that. ATC COM, Castrup, auto update, and we'll get an idea on what's going on in Copenhagen. While we wait for the actual thing to come out, I'll tell you what it says here. It's runway 04 right in use. Condition code 666, 100% dry in all parts. Transition level 6504014. 2,000 meters of visibility in light snow. So we're going to run our performance with a wet runway or condition code 5, just in case. Overcast at 1,000, -1, 1005. Tempo visibility is going down to 1,200 meters. According to our OFP, we've also opted for a takeoff alternate. In our case, it's going to be Hamburg. And if you're not familiar with what a takeoff alternate is, most flight planning software, or most of the time, a flight plan assumes that if something goes wrong with your flight on departure, you're going to return to the airport of departure, which is usually accounted for. Performance takes into account for things like a quick return weight, all that sort of stuff. It needs to be compliant with things like this. In the event that for whatever reason you cannot comply with returning to your destination airport, and this tends to be in cases where you have the weather or the minimum you have the weather or minimum to depart, but you unfortunately do not have the requirements to come back and land. So in this case, we also select a takeoff alternate. The flight plan has been requested and loaded in. It's Vietnam 38 from Copenhagen to Tan Son Nhat in Ho Chi Minh City, and the alternate is Da Nang. That's a route 350. Cost index is correct. Cruise tempo and tropo, I don't actually know. I'm going to request the wind. All right, pretty quick here. The flight hubs menu should have some information on the sorry, somewhere here we should have some information on the I generally thought they showed up here. Plan, terminal status. Okay, 6 messages it says. How do I see those messages? AOC, there we go. Preliminary load sheet, and then we have the final load sheet as well. We're going with apparently nothing, but that's not quite right. Here's a preliminary, which is more correct. Within limit, 77 tons. Within limit, quite aft CG, and total of 286 passengers. Very nice. Let's click all that. Copenhagen Kastrup, that's where I got the meter from, 1004, 1200 tempo. Let's go ahead and set 1004 here already. It's part of our stuff done. 1004. And at our destination, Tan Son Nhat. Beautiful weather. There's no wonder there's 280 something people want to go to Tan Son Nhat because it's not very nice here in Copenhagen. Good. Let's zoom in here. Airport map loading. And let's see if I can't. Company wind data is available. That's the AMM, which is built as a navigation display. Honestly, very, very cool piece of kit. Something which I would. I've accidentally requested it again. Insert, clear info, and that's in. Let's request for an ATC clearance nevertheless. So, digital latest, message record, request, clearance, departure clearance from station Echo Kilo, Charlie Hotel. We're at gate Charlie 35. It looks like 55, but I know we're at 35. Digital ATIS code, if I'm not mistaken, that was code Bravo. Bravo. Transfer to the mailbox. Request pre-departure clearance to Tan Son Nhat. Sent. While we wait for that to come back, let's do some of our pre-flights options. Okay, just the center prompts are empty. Usually we'd leave this on auto, but I was told that if you leave it on auto on VATSIM, it actually shows up for other people as on the ground, which is what we want to skip. We want to keep everyone comfortable, happy as well, including our fellow pilots on the network. All that up there is all right. We can work a little bit on this shortly. QNH is correct. We got that sorted out. For departure, we're going to look at some needles for the raw data. We'll look at departure constraints. Not too interested in the airport around, but I am interested in IDs of the aircraft in and around our detail. I'm going to go ahead and say 5,000 out of memory. That seems to be the correct, that might be the correct what do you call it? Climb altitude. Boomy Girl says bye. Okay, bye Boomy Girl. It was a pleasure having you on board. Why are you leaving? And my colleague is going to look at the same stuff. He's also going to look at airports. I'm going to declutter my screen a little bit more. Still waiting for clearance. It's going to go 1004 as well. And well, since we requested it, let's monitor the frequency for clearance on 119905. He might be quite busy.
Good evening. Nordic 2 requesting IFR clearance to our destination, information Bravo.
Nordic 2-1 Copenhagen delivery, hello, you're clear to the destination Hamburg, next in 2 Alpha departure. Initially climb flight level 70, squawk 4727.
Good to see you on a new device.
Clear to our destination, runway 04 right, next in 2 Alpha departure. Initial climb flight level 70 and squawk 4727 for Nordic 2-1.
Nordic 2-1, feedback correct.
Fuel quantity 77.8.
Delivery, good evening, Connor 2 Sierra Lima, with information Bravo, request IFR clearance to Düsseldorf.
Seatbelts are on, bearables are 1004. It's complete.
Condor 2 Sierra Lima, Copenhagen delivery, hello, you're clear to destination. Next in 2 Alpha departure, initially climb flight level 70, squawk 4633, information Bravo, confirmed.
We are clear to destination Düsseldorf via Nexon 2 Alpha departure, runway 04 right, initial climb 7,000 feet and squawk 4633.
Type specific, our type is not included in this.
Condor 2 Sierra Lima, feedback correct.
Delivery, good evening, FedEx 45, Stan Golf 124, information Bravo, requesting IFR to Frankfurt.
Scandinavia, correction, FedEx 45, Copenhagen delivery, hello, you're clear to destination 54, next in 2 Alpha departure. Initially climb flight level 70, squawk 5214.
FedEx 45, clear destination Frankfurt, next 2 Alpha departure, initial climb flight level 70, squawk 5214.
I'm surprised our aircraft isn't mentioned in this. I mean, they're mentioning
FedEx 45, feedback correct, report ready this frequency.
They seem to be the category of aircraft that we're part of, so surprised.
Nordic 2-1 ready for startup.
Nordic 2-1 T satisfied, contact apron 121.905, bye-bye.
121.905, goodbye, Nordic 2-1.
And FedEx 45 ready.
FedEx 45, contact departure tower, frequency 119.355 for push, bye-bye.
119.355, FedEx 45, bye-bye.
Thanks, 1 Alpha, also ready for push and start.
What's the difference between 8 Alpha and 2 Echo? Alpha 4 right, Echo 4 left.
Thanks, 1 Juliet Alpha, stay parking.
Thanks, 1 Alpha, second.
Disregard, thank you. Contact apron 121.905 for push, bye-bye.
21.905, thanks, 1 Alpha, goodbye.
Scandinavia, picture Mike at Charlie 32, we are ready for push.
Bravo, request clearance to Vienna.
2 station at once.
Vietnam trade heavy.
Delivery, good afternoon, Austrian 999 Romeo, stand Alpha 6, information Bravo, request clearance to Vienna.
Austrian 999 Romeo, hello, you're clear to Vienna. Cello 1 Alpha departure, initially climb flight level 70, squawk 2150, information Bravo is confirmed.
Okay, so we're standing by for
Cleared Vienna, Salo, 1 Alpha
clearance.
departure, climb 70, squawk 2150, information Bravo, Austrian 999 Romeo.
Copenhagen delivery, Vietnam 38 Heavy.
38 Heavy, Copenhagen delivery, go ahead.
Austrian 999 Romeo, did you catch my readback?
A5 Austrian 900 Romeo, readback korrekt.
Okay.
Vietnam 38, go ahead.
Hi, Vietnam 38 Heavy, Airbus 350-900. Stand Bravo, sorry, Charlie 35, information Bravo. Request ATC clearance to Tanzanite.
Vietnam 38, hello, you cleared destination, CV gate Alpha departure, initially climb flight level 70, score 5257, info our current.
Clear to destination via the Simigate Alpha departure, initial climb 7000, squawk 5257, Vietnam 38 Heavy.
Vietnam 38 Heavy, readback correct, report ready for push and start test frequency.
We'll call you ready for push and start, Vietnam 38 Heavy. 525778.
Scanner Nature Mike at stand Charlie 32, we are ready for push and start.
7000, 8 Alpha departure, Simigate Alpha, fantastic.
Scandinavian 80 Mike T submit contact 8.121 decimal 905 for push bye.
121 decimal 905 Scandinavian Nature Mike, bye bye.
Custom delivery service. Says Lufthansa 81 Mike, stand Bravo 9, information Bravo, request FR clearance to, sorry, I will check. I will call you later, sorry, it's my failure.
All right, not sure what happened there.
Okay.
We've got about another 70 passengers to board. I'll turn down the air traffic control a little bit so we can talk about our departure clearance very quickly and the plan of action. So Copenhagen, we're here at Bravo 35. Show me Bravo 35. Sorry, Charlie 35. Charlie 35, we're going to get to push either onto Romeo 1 or push and pull onto Romeo 2, following which we're going to taxi down Romeo, Bravo, and we're going to hold short of this runway here. Potential for this runway to also be an arrival runway. In fact, I'm just going to take a quick sneak peek at the arrival latest to see what runways in use. Runway news for left. Okay, so it's not going to be in use. We'll cross Bravo and we'll taxi southbound on Bravo. And the plan is to try use Bravo 3 for departure, although Bravo 1 and Bravo 2 are fine as well. Bravo 3 for departure. RNAV SID 04 left to Samek. In case of engine out, we'll just maintain runway head track and carry straight on towards Kimax. There's no terrain, no obstacles. It's an Alpha departure, so it's 04 right. Samek Alpha was cleared to do. We'll overfly Charlie Hotel 840. Turn right just before Charlie Hotel 843, 844 snacks, 845, 847, followed by Samek. There is no altitude restrictions or speed restrictions. We'll keep the speed back for this whole bit. Once we're past 845, we can accelerate and then bugger off to Samek. You're gonna trade the forward speed to gain energy for the climb here. As such, we'll also modify the noise abatement departure procedure so that we can keep our nose up a bit longer. Anything else that you can maybe tell me? Nope. That's it. Transition altitude is 5,000, so we're actually cleared to climb to level 70, according to ATC. For taxi, we're going to use this. So let's go on and find out intersection takeoffs, how much takeoff run we have available. For 4 right from Bravo 3 is going to be 2797. We can go ahead and do our takeoff performance. Sync. That's the weather. Anti-ice is going to be off. Although it is snowing according to the ATIS. Doesn't look like it is out here, so we're gonna leave it off. Config optim on. We'll go toggle thrust. I'm curious to see what flex does first, though. Now we're gonna go toggle thrust. Yes. Sorry. The whole point of us doing that was to check from 2797.
Copenhagen delivery KLM 176 Alpha, good evening service, Alpha 8, information Bravo, request IFR to takeoff.
That's what she comes up with. 4 rights. We can do a toggle thrust. And we'll send this to the admist. Confirm the takeoff performance. It's all sorted out. Thrust reduction. Yep, that's fine, but we'll accelerate at 3020. Super.
Block time is 1.
Kenya 167 don't have enough block time at the moment, standby.
Let's go ahead and set things according to our preliminary pre-flight. So I think there's some sort of timings that they're implementing here for push. Let's see. 0 fuel weight. 169.7. Zero fuel weight CG. That's what I'm looking for now. 29.2. Very nice. And I'm looking next for block fuel, which we have 77.8. And all of that is with a passenger load of 286 people. 6 more to load, and then we're ready to go. 286. Let's go ahead and start the APU.
Copenhagen delivery, hello, you okay for the destination via the mid
7.5 is what I want to land with. Hmm. 600 kilos of taxi, which we have. Route reserve 3.3 versus 3.5 here. That's a little bit more conservative. Let's leave that. Alternates is 6.7 tons. It's actually 5.2. So that's what's freaking the airplane out. 5.2. And that's 1 hour minimum 7.4. Final reserve 2.3 here according to the airplane. 2.2. Let's go ahead and make it 2.3. Check minimum fuel at destination. So we're arriving with 7.1. There's no arrival set into the plan. It's about 400 kilos off. So I'm not overly concerned. Must also be a little bit of change to the wind. And we're going to get step bumps on routes which isn't loaded in, or which isn't accounted for yet. Good. That's all sorted out. APU is available. Let's disconnect the ground power. Let's disconnect the air conditioning unit. The APU bleed will suffice us now. That door is closing, and we can get ready for version start. Do you want to request de-icing? No. Don't want to request de-icing. We'll request de-icing at Bravo.
Lufthansa 81 Mike, is it now possible to say the SLE?
Lufthansa 81 Mike, DSLB.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, we are cleared Veda for Alpha departure. Lufthansa 81 Mike, thank you.
Scandinavian 1 Kilo Victor and Charlie 23 aircraft type A320 information service requesting time for clearance to Oslo.
Alright, they're getting ready to push.
Scandinavian 1 Kilo Victor. Hello,
Departure check completed.
Pumps are going on. Beacon lights on. Those on auto. Happy with that stuff there. Brakes are set. And let's go ahead and turn on some of the buttons here. Transponder is on auto.
Locking gear.
Let's go ahead and do the before start checklist. Parking brake, it's still set. Takeoff speeds and thrust, we've confirmed it's going to be a full thrust departure, 40, 43, and 52. Actually, that doesn't make sense. We have to take it onto a wet runway. Speeds have changed, it's into FMS now. And that makes more sense. Let's confirm those. 35, 41, 53 on a wet runway. Takeoff speeds and thrust have been checked. Slides are okay, beacons on, nose wheel steering, disconnect manuals on. Fantastic. And I'll advise. Artillery Vietnam 38 at stand Charlie 35, we're ready for push and start.
Vietnam 38, T7 contact April 121.905.
Contact apron 121.905 Vietnam 38 heavy, thank you, goodbye. 121.905. Let me turn up the ATC for you again, because that's going to be the interesting part of the flight. There you go, should hear him better. Custer paper and good evening Vietnam 38 heavy, it's stand Charlie 35.
Vietnam 38, Custer Bapen, hello, push and start approved, facing south, QNH 1005.
Push and start approved, face south for QNH 1005. Just before we push, we'd like to request first taxi to de-icing.
Vietnam 38, roger.
Okay, we'll continue pushback. No, we'll de-ice somewhere else and facing south.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brakes released. Ah, no, it's not released. Okay, let me put that back on. So that means the ground connection for the chocks hasn't been removed. It is removed now. All the doors need to be armed, all blue, all armed. Perfect. Parking brakes now released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Vietnam, good evening, David 48 Romeo Alpha 7, request pushback and we will require de-icing.
Dino 48 Romeo, Custer Bapen, hello, stand by for push, number 2.
Starting one engine.
Stand by for Romeo.
So, de-icing, anti-icing, all that sort of conversation. So at the moment there's no snow, but I do know according to the Mentor and earlier there was snow in Copenhagen. This turnaround is about 3 hours long, so we can expect or assume that some snow would have fallen on the wings, and given that it's close to zero, there's a good chance that the snow wouldn't have melted. Furthermore, if we go here to the fuel system, you'll see that the fuel is currently, where's the fuel temperature? It's 6 or 5 degrees Celsius. So even if it does melt the snow that's on the wing, there's a chance that because it's 0 degrees outside that it could refreeze. So we're just going to get rid of that. We're not going to do an anti-ice. It's just going to be de-ice, clean the wings, and that's that. That's going to be it. We will be seeing where we're going to get pushed to go for de-ice. So we're going to do taxi with a single engine if we can. Let's see.
Yankee Mike Zulu
So it might be de-icing pad Bravo.
Uniform.
Scandinavian 8 Mike at taxiway Quebec, request taxi.
Scandinavian 80 Mike, taxi back Quebec and Delta, hold short runway.
I got a few seconds, so why not start the other one?
Taxi Quebec and Delta, hold short of runway 12, Scandinavian 8
No.
Mike.
Single engine taxi out.
99 Romeo, push to start approved, release point Alpha 50,
after the ice,
QNet
we'll start the next one.
1005.
Push and start approved, release point Alpha 50 and QNH 1005, Austrian 99 Romeo.
Unlocking gear.
Alright, so we're going to taxi with the flaps up. We're not going to do a flight control check. And we're going to do all of that after we get de-iced. So there's a couple positions available here for de-icing. We'll take a look here on the map. So one of them is somewhere down here on the Victor taxiways. The next one is there on Bravo. So it's up to the ground where they want to send us. Personally, I think we do that left and right here and get de-iced here on Bravo. Alternatively, which is a long shot, we'll turn left. U-turn our way back onto Victor to get de-iced here.
Lufthansa 81 Mike, request taxi.
This I think is the least difficult
Lufthansa
because
81 Mike,
this we're not
taxi
going to get
via
in anybody's
Papa,
way.
Zulu and Delta, hold short runway 12.
Taxi via Papa, Zulu and Delta and hold short of runway 12, Lufthansa 81 Mike.
Scandinavian 80 Mike, contact tower on frequency 119.355, right?
119.355 Scandinavian 8 Mike, can go off.
Okay, we're not going to do any of that.
Hello, Ryanair 6155 and Foxtrot 1, request the push start.
After start checklist.
Ryanair 6155, Castrobate, hello, pushing start approved, facing west, QNet 1005.
I guess we're just going to
Facing
taxi.
west, push start approved, Ryanair 6155.
And then 048 Romeo, pushing start approved, release point C Zulu 6, QNet 1005.
The release point Zulu 6, 1005, then 48 Romeo, thank you.
Then 048 Romeo, correction, Yankee 1, sorry, my bad.
Yankee 1, then 48 Romeo.
Cut.
77 Bravo, ready for pushing start Alpha 17.
Scandinavian 77 Bravo, Castrobate, hello, standby.
Standing by, Scandinavian 77 Bravo.
Castro in Vietnam 38 request de-icing.
Vietnam 38 again.
We're requesting taxi to de-icing, preferably de-icing area on taxiway Bravo.
Vietnam 38, roger, standby.
Vietnam 38.
Lufthansa 81 Mike, contact tower on frequency 119.355, fine.
Okay, so let's see what the single engine take
On
off.
119.355,
Looks like in terms of,
Lufthansa
sorry,
81
taxi
Mike,
looks
bye-bye.
like in terms of hydraulics.
Scandinavian 17 uniform,
They're all
contact
well
tower on
covered.
frequency 119.355.
Just want to make sure I'm going to have brakes. Full H roll.
119.355, have a good one.
It's going to be wheel.
Scandinavian
Yeah, we're going to have brakes,
and
no problem.
Bravo 8 request pushing start.
And nose wheel steering and everything, so that's going to be
Castrobate, hello, standing by for push, number 2.
absolutely fine.
Correction number 1.
Then 48 Romeo, I had a little issue with your Zexag delaying the pushback for about 30 seconds.
Then 48 Romeo, roger.
Apron KLM 176 Alpha, good evening sir, with your at gate Alpha 8, we start up with pushback.
KLM 176 Alpha, Castrobate, hello, pushing start approved, release point Juliet 4, QNet 1005.
Okay, it's going to take a while. Let's start the other engine.
Pushback and start up approved, direction to Juliet 4, QNH 1.
It's trying to save some time and maybe some fuel. But it might be wiser just to have the other engine ready to go. and not have to do that engine start while we're crossing an active while we're crossing a runway. So
Vietnam 38, taxi to de-ice platform Bravo via Romeo and Yankee.
taxi to de-icing platform Bravo via Romeo and Yankee, Vietnam 38 Heavy. All right, we're clear to taxi. Taxi lights on, and we'll get the wing lights on once they're away from the terminal buildings. There's nothing more annoying than an airplane taxiing along with the wing lights bright in your face. Here we go. Oh, the other engine's ready as well. Let's use her.
Speedbird 815 Charlie, taxi via Quebec and Delta, hold short runway 12.
Heavy is reluctant to move. We're taxiing via Bravo and Yankee, so it's straight. Sorry, Romeo and Yankee.
Speedbird
Straight
815
Romeo,
Charlie,
left
confirm
Yankee,
Quebec
and
and
we'll hold
Delta.
there and get our de-icing done. Very nice. Preparing the aircraft for de-icing. Pretty simple here. We're going to turn off the engine blinks.
Bravo, testing push and
And we don't need the APU anymore, so the APU bleeds and the APU will go off.
Scandinavian 77 Bravo, push and start at post, release plan Yankee 0, QNH 1205.
First nurses for route QNH 1205, Yankee 0, Scandinavian 77 Bravo.
Whoops, oh, that was almost a
Austin
taxiway
999
incursion.
Romeo, Alpha 05, reverse taxi.
Almost the wrong way, whoops.
Austin 99 Romeo, taxi via Lima, Zulu and Delta, hold short runway 12.
Those painted signs
Taxi
confuse me a
Lima,
little bit.
Zulu, Delta, short runway 12, Austrian 999 Romeo.
So the reason we turn off the bleeds is because when we get de-ice, there's a possibility that the engine ingests some de-icing or anti-icing
Vietnam
fluid.
38, report de-icing completed.
We'll call you de-icing completed, Vietnam 38 Heavy. So to avoid that being ingested by the packs and into the passenger cabin, we end up turning off the
which release
bleed air for the engines. And the APU if we're taxiing, if we're doing the de-ice with the engine shut off. What we do is after the de-ice is complete, we let the engines run a bit to clear out all the fluid that may have pooled up in the engine, and then we use the, after that point, we'll use the bleed once again for air conditioning. All right, usually when you're in a de-ice position, there's a marshaller ready to guide you into a de-icing position. So since that's not here, we're going to do it from sort of our own tower view kind of situation. So that's pretty close to the end of the taxi we're in. And we will stop here for de-icing. Very nice. Taxi lights off. They usually have their own lights, but we'll throw the wing light to assist with the de-icing. And let's get that started.
Ground, good evening, Viking for 771 Stat 145, ready for startup.
We're gonna get de-iced.
Viking 4771, Castor Basin, hello, confirm squawk 4617.
Now squawking 4617, Viking 4771.
Castro Apron, guten Abend, KLM2 for Papa Stand.
So they're starting now at time 4:07. So we take the time of the first application of fluid to calculate what's called a holdover time.
KLM2 for Papa, Castro Basin, hello, stand by for push number 2.
Basically what that is, it tells you how long you have until there's a potential for the fluid to maybe fail, which is obviously something we try to avoid. So as long as we manage to depart within that frame, for when the holdover time is valid, it's reasonable assurance that the de-icing fluid or anti-icing fluid is still effective and doing its job appropriately. And of course, the holdover time changes based on the concentration of the fluid, temperature. You could also consider, even if you're completely clean, ready, if you end up holding somewhere and someone passes you and gets into a taxi in front of you, there's a lot of trust. You could consider maybe some of the fluid is now blown away. So, you know, there are things. You just want to try keep the fluid on your wings until the time you rotate, at which point it should come off with all the contaminants. That's essentially what the de-icing, anti-icing stuff is doing. In our case today, because there's no active precipitation, all we're doing is de-icing, and there's going to be no holdover time because we're just getting rid of any contaminants that might have been on the wing. So there's no holdover. So what we're doing is just getting rid of frost, a little bit of ice maybe. So what they're going to use is a mixture of hot water and glycol. Although if it's just hot water, it's fine as well. But we use glycol so that it kind of holds the water together and it flows off like a sludge. That's glycol, I think.
Charlie 10, request push and start.
You can see that there's parts where it's been raining. The wind is blowing in this direction, so I should go off. As long as there's no rain coming in our direction, the de-icing itself should be satisfactory. It's completed. We'll start a timer now for 1 minute to let the flow clear off.
I am disconnecting. Good day.
Tower 119.355, thank you, goodbye, Austrian 999 Romeo.
April, good evening, Lufthansa 47 Golf Band Alpha 1. We are ready for push and start.
First, Ryanair 6155.
Good. While we wait for that, let's take a look at flight controls.
Complete tower 119.355, Ryanair 6155, departure.
All the way to the left. All the way to the right. Elevators down. Elevators up. Full left. And full right. Nice. We're going to do a flight control check. Sorry, a flap check. Just going to go all the way to flaps full.
Scandinavian 454, pushing start above, release point Zulu 6, QNH 1205.
Pushing start above 06, QNH 1005, Scandinavian 454.
It's been a minute.
748 Romeo, standby taxi for leaving.
Viking 4771, ready for taxi.
Flaps have gone all the way down. Flaps back up.
Viking 4771, via Tango, Victor and Bravo, hold short runway 12.
Tango, Whiskey and Bravo, hold short runway 12, Viking 4771.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Alpha, gate Charlie 29, now request start up pushback.
Lufthansa 1 Mike Alpha, Castle Bateman, hello, send us a push, number 1.
Flaps up to flaps 1.
Lufthansa 47 Golf, also calling for pushback.
Auto brakes will be armed. Speed brakes armed. And let's do the after start checklist. Anti-ice is off. Flight controls are checked. Ground clearance has been received. After start checklist complete. And we'll just need a takeoff config to be done. Castro paper in Vietnam 38. De-icing completed. Ready to taxi.
Vietnam 38, taxi via Zulu and Bravo, hold short runway 12.
Zulu Bravo, hold short runway 12, Vietnam 38 heavy. Okay, as expected, Zulu Bravo, hold short 12. Wing lights can go back off. Taxi lights on. Parking brake released.
Viking 420 Whiskey, taxi via Whiskey, Romeo Bravo, hold short runway 12. 48 Romeo, wind clear of traffic, A320 from left to right, taxi via Yankee, hold shuttle Bravo.
Then clear passing traffic, Yankee, short Bravo, Canadian, correction, heading for the left.
Canadian 675, taxi via Romeo and Bravo, hold short on it, 1-2.
Yankee Bravo, and we'll turn.
Vietnam 38, contact tower on frequency 119 at decimal 355, goodbye.
Tower 119355, Vietnam 38 Heavy, goodbye.
KLM 176 Alpha, contact tower on frequency 119 at decimal 355, goodbye.
119-355, KLM 176, thanks, bye.
Castro Tower, good evening, Vietnam 38 Heavy on Bravo, short runway 12.
Vietnam 38, cross runway 12, continue taxi on Bravo to holding point runway 04 right.
Cross runway 12, continue taxi on Bravo, holding point 04 right, Vietnam 38. If it helps for sequencing, we're able from Bravo 3.
Roger, Vietnam 38, continue taxi.
Continue taxi Bravo, Vietnam 38 Heavy. All right, crossing a runway. Clear left. Clear right. Just while we cross, let's get strobes, wings, everything on.
Evening, cross runway 12, taxi via Delta, Charlie and Bravo to holding point 04 right. Give way to the Vietnam Air on your left.
Delta, Charlie, Bravo, crossing 12 to holding point 04 right at gate.
Degrees 15 knots, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear. Clear of the active. Clear for the runway.
Austrian 999 Romeo, line up and wait, runway 04 right.
Line up and wait, runway 04 right, Austrian 999 Romeo.
Canadian 17 uniform vacated 04 right on Charlie. Is it possible for us to stay on the de-ice platform Alpha a bit? There may just be a troubleshooting here.
Oopsie, testing too fast. 30 knots, 37 knots, holy shit. Okay, straight to safety it's gonna be.
Canadian 17 uniform, Roger. Continue taxi on hold position.
Hold position. Like 40 here.
Austrian 999 Romeo, after departure, contact 124.980. The wind is 030 degrees 15 knots, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff. Have a nice day, bye-bye.
04 right, clear for takeoff after departure.
Okay, this is Bravo 3 from where we did our performance. Since we haven't been told yes or no, we'll just carry on.
Vietnam 38, continue taxi to holding front Bravo 2.
Continue Bravo, holding point Bravo 2, Vietnam 38 Heavy.
Correction, Vietnam 38, continue to Bravo 1.
Full length Bravo 1, Vietnam 38 Heavy.
Ryanair 6155, after the departure in Austria, line up and wait, runway 04 right behind.
Behind departing Austrian 320.
Wow, she's got a lot of residual thrust in the ground. I didn't even realize we got the 37 knots, that's crazy.
Uniform, taxi via Charlie and Delta, hold short on taxi, hold short before taxiway Alpha. Give way to the KLM in front.
Yeah, give way to KLM, continue Charlie, and then hold on Delta, not entering Alpha.
Scanning on 17 uniform man, contact tower on 118 decimal, correction, 11.
Parked.
118 decimal 105.
Parking brake set.
118 105, thank you for helping.
All right. Don't think we'll need that anymore, so we'll zoom out a bit. Just do the arc mode.
The wind is 030 degrees 15 knots, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff.
04 right, clear takeoff, good evening, Ryanair 6155.
I think they say 124.9 or 80 after departure, so let's get that pre-selected.
Yeah. Viking 420 Whiskey, Castle Tower, good evening. Cross runway 12,
Taxi checklist, flap setting, 1 plus F, and radar, everything's on. Taxi checklist complete. Digital aid is received.
Vietnam Airlines, line up and wait, runway 04 right.
Line up and wait, runway 04 right, Vietnam 38 heavy. 04 right, line up and wait, brakes released.
And Viking 420 Whiskey, taxi to holding point, Papa 3.
Standing by for takeoff clearance. Clear. Tara. Definitely clear right. And I think someone might be lining up or departing.
Vietnam 38, after departure, contact 124.980. The wind is 030 degrees 15 knots, runway 04 right, clear for takeoff.
Cliff takeoff 04 right, Vietnam 38 heavy. 12980 after departure, thanks.
Getting a 6755, read you 4.
124.980 is pre-selected. Power is going up.
Getting a 675,
Mantoga SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Here we go. ...100 knots.
Viking 477,
V1.
frequency.
Rotate.
Viking 4771, able for our team.
Viking 4771, crossway, correction.
Clear up. Forgot the landing lights this time. Thrust derated, climb SRS and nav still. Copenhagen departure, hello Vietnam trade heavy, passing 2000 for level 70 Samagate Alpha.
Vietnam 38 departure over the contact, climb level 190.
Continue climb flight level 190, Vietnam trade heavy. Level 190, set. So that's the horizontal bridge. Connects Copenhagen to Malmo in Sweden. From what I understand, the Swedes, or maybe it's Danish, somebody crosses the border to the other side to buy cigarettes because it's cheaper. I don't remember who does what, but apparently this is true. Seems like a lot of work, but if you smoke a lot, I guess it's worth it. Climb.
Charlie, contact Copenhagen Control now on 119.555.
Good, the flaps are going up.
It's decimal 555
What's the up speed today? 217. Okay, so I'm accelerating.
Vietnam 38, proceed direct CMAC.
Direct CMAC, Vietnam 38 heavy. Let's keep 220 knots. Flaps up. And direct to CMAC.
KLM 176 Alpha, departure at contact, turn right heading 120, climb level 190.
Standard, standard.
Right 120, 190, climb KLM 16 Alpha.
And standard. Let's manage the speed again, and we can reselect a direct to CMAC.
KLM 176 Alpha, turn right now heading 200.
Heading 200, KLM 16 Alpha.
It's too easy to fly. There's no wrestling, just
Vietnam 38, contact Sweden now on 134.980, bye.
134.980. Vietnam 38 heavy, goodbye.
KLM 176 Alpha, proceed direct.
5, proceed direct Minsta. November, India, November, Tango Alpha. Direct to November, India, November, Tango Alpha, Liner 6155, appreciate it.
Sweden, good evening. Vietnam 38 heavy, passing flight level 900, climbing 190 direct CMAC.
Vietnam Air 38, wind control identified. Climb to flight level 280, proceed direct Big Crew.
Climb flight level 280, proceed direct to Big Crew. Vietnam 38. Who this? Direct to Big Crew.
Ryanair 6155, contact Sweden control 124.155 for high.
10,000 feet.
Contact 124.155, an amazing evening, Ryanair 6155, ciao. Bye-bye.
Very nice. Just at about 5 degrees, just under 5 degrees nose up, and she's gonna climb and accelerate smoothly. No problems whatsoever. So that was Malmo approach telling me direct B crew. Okay. Am I supposed to be in contact with Malmo? Oh, I am. Okay. Well, straight line from here, so we can engage the autopilot, and she'll take care of the flight all the way up to Ho Chi Minh City from here. Since we're going to land with 7.4 tons, the fuel predicted. Sorry about that. Let's take a look at the fuel prediction. We need 7.5 minimum fuel at destination. So about to.
Contact Sweden control 124.155.
124.155. Vietnam 38 heavy. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
I need to check the call sign. I thought it was just Vietnam. Maybe it is Vietnam Air. If enough people are saying it, it must be true. It's Vietnam Airlines. That's a lot to say. Sweden, Vietnam Airlines, 38 passing, flight level 133, climbing flight level 280.
Vietnam Airlines 38, hello, speed control identified, continue climb flight level 350.
Continue climb flight level 350, Vietnam 38 Heavy, thank you. I'm just going to call myself Vietnam. Is it professional? No. Are we gonna get debriefed on a line check? Absolutely, because we got nothing else to debrief you on, right? So, yeah. But do I care? Not particularly. Everything seems to be okay. We have some speed fluctuations, but for the passengers, shouldn't be much of a problem. We'll go ahead, turn the logos onto auto, and the seatbelts can go to auto as well. So auto, auto, auto. Everything is auto. No crazy lights here, which is great. Next stop, Vietnam. Hopefully. Ah, okay, so that controls the FCU. Ah, this is it. Yeah. Nice, slightly darker. Perfect. I don't like an overly bright flight deck. Like it to be nice. Just nice, you know, nothing too much. Like around here. Just nice. Reduce all that glare. Turn the instruments down low. It's a long way to go. It's a night flight, you know, we just want to relax. Don't want to fall asleep, but relax, just enough. And get a touch more lighting because it's a bit too romantic. Destination hub. All right. 7.4. So she's crying over 100 kilos, which I'll find a way to sort out. Direct to Bikru, I think that's going to be might be Polish airspace. Bikru is almost Polish airspace. It's German, and just after Bildra is in fact Polish, and they will be through Poland for most of the route. I mean, for quite a bit. Next will be the Czech Republic. You know what? In fact, if I'll be able to connect this on again, I'll be able to show you what the routing looks like for our very long flight to destination. All right, so it's just hidden away at the moment. Let me make that a little bit more significant. So that is the plan for today's flight. We'll start off here. We just departed Copenhagen. We're crossing the Baltic Sea. And as I said, a little bit of the Bremen FIR, and we'll enter Poland. Transit Poland. Let's see if we can find any major cities that we're crossing in Poland. None that I know. I think the closest we're getting to is Wrocław. Is this Wrocław? Yeah. And we'll head down. Oh, actually here as well. Krakow. Flying literally right over Krakow. Ah, Wawel. I think that's the name of the castle or the dragon there or something. So flying right over Krakow. And then we'll cross into Slovak airspace here. This will be the Tartarus. we'll get to see them off the right side of the aircraft, or we would have got to see them if it was a day flight. Passing just east of Kozice into Hungarian airspace, and then eventually Romanian. We'll fly pretty close to Bucharest and Constanta, cross over the Black Sea into Turkish airspace, I suppose. Well, a little bit of the Sofia FIR, and then Turkish airspace. We'll track the Black Sea coast of Turkey. We'll cross places like Sinop, Trabzon here, and then we'll enter the Caucasus region. We'll pass by Mount Ararat. I think the sun may be up by then, so we'll be able to see a bit of that. We'll fly past Yerevan.
Wind control 132. Say again.
765.
765. Thank you, Austrian 521. Bye.
We'll enter Georgia. We'll pass through Ganja. And actually Ganja is part of Azerbaijan, so it's not very long in Georgia. Just a short transit, and then we'll be in Azerbaijan. We'll cross over Baku, across the Caspian Sea, and then we enter Turkmenistan near Turkmenbashi. Ashgabat is one of our alternate airports. You can
Vietnam
see
Airlines 38, proceed direct Lenov.
Direct Lenov, Vietnam Airlines 38 Heavy. Lenov. Long way. Lenov. Oh. Sweden Vietnam Airlines 38 Heavy. We just want to confirm Lenov at the other end of the Polish FIR, is that correct?
Confirm, that is correct.
Thank you, direct Lenov, Vietnam Airlines 38 Heavy. Direct to Lenov. Oh well, that's a big shortcut. In fact, I had to look it up. It's here at the border of Poland and Slovakia. I always find it fairly interesting how they just give you shortcuts across other countries like it's nobody's business. So yeah, so we're now. Sorry, we were talking about flying over Turkmenistan. You see, as we get across the other side of the Caspian, the world gets a lot more brown or yellow or dusty. Ninop is close to a town called Mary, pretty decent airport there. Navigation facilities might need a little bit of work. And then we enter Afghan airspace, which is uncontrolled for the most part. To get to the Kabul Tower area. The rest of Afghan airspace is actually Class Golf. We do some sort of VATSIM broadcast TBO procedure, let's say. Lima to Regat is to Dobat, sorry, is Afghanistan, and then we'll go into Pakistan. In this part here, we're going to divert to Islamabad. In fact, in terms of alternates, we've decided that we're not going to divert to any Afghan airport, so it's going to be a choice between Ashgabat or to carry on to Islamabad. And we have also decided not to opt for any Iranian airports for that matter as well. From that point on, we are flying back over some really fertile land over Punjab in Pakistan. We'll fly, I guess this is New Delhi. Yeah, we'll fly just north of New Delhi along the southern side of the Himalayas, cross the river Ganges into Bangladesh or Kolkata. We'll fly just short south of Chittagong, fly pretty much directly over Yangon, and the next major city we're going to hit is going to be Bangkok, where we just might divert to #Nana Plaza, Sawadee-ha. If not, if we carry on, we're going to go past Rayong here, which is close to Pattaya. And there's a little bit of airspace that we're going to cross, going to be Cambodia, before we finally start.
Navigate Lima Juliet, do we stay with you or do we monitor Unicom?
Finally into Tansanat. So that journey is going to take us just about close to 12 hours. I think it was 11 something.
Nordic 8 Lima Uniform, sorry for that. Monitor advisory 122.8. Monitor
That's the,
advisory 122.8,
that's the route
Navigate
plan.
Lima Juliet. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
I genuinely thought that was going to take enough time for us to get to cruise, but we're still not even in RVSM airspace. This derated climb thing really saves, I guess, a lot of fuel because and maybe even the engines, but gosh, it's boring. I'm not a huge fan of VATSIM weather radar, so we're going to turn it off. Doesn't really give you a threat analysis, just wherever, whatever.
FedEx 44, hello, flight control identified.
And FedEx 44 request
CPDLC is expected further communication via CPDLC.
I really will have a problem speaking to the Polish controllers. Oh, and they are active. The urge to say "Jale kurwa" is strong. I know it's bad, I know I shouldn't, but I kind of just want to tell people I know how to say it. But I mustn't say it. Bobe.
China 877, request descent.
China 877, descent flight level 290.
Descent 290, China 877.
Sweden, Vietnam, 38 heavy. I just want to check if we're meant to be on your frequency or switch to Warsaw.
No, Vietnam Airlines 38, I was just about to call you. You can contact Warsaw radar 125.450.
125.450, Vietnam, 38 heavy. Thank you, have a great evening. How do they say good evening in Poland? Dzień dobry. Dobry wieczór. I don't know. I've forgotten.
439er monitor advisory 128 ATC service terminated. Dzięki, cześć.
Monitor advisory 128 439, dzięki serdecznie, do miłego.
Warsaw Control, good evening. Vietnam Airlines 38 heavy. Passing level 300, climbing 350, directly enough.
Vietnam Airlines 38, good evening. Warszawa radar contact. Ryanair 6801, contact Bratislava 134475. Here I go.
Papa Whiskey Whiskey.
Bratislava 134475, dzięki Ryanair 6801.
Don't know how to cancel the auto updates now. They're gonna keep coming, aren't they? Okay, anyway, we're gonna try connect to the Warsaw controllers here in CPDLC. It's like a Papa Whiskey Whiskey. We're notified. Current ATC unit, Warsaw, radar. Close that. Active ATC, Echo Papa Whiskey Whiskey. 23 minutes in the air and we're still not at our cruise level. We haven't had any level ups, nothing, just the nice gentle climb from a 350. Seatbelts released? Yes.
Boston 5546, request descent.
Boston 5546, descent flight level 150.
Descent to flight level 150, Boston 5546.
I'd say it's time for sightseeing, but there's really not much to see at night, is there? At this point, we'd start pulling out our blankets, our pillows, maybe a cup of coffee, maybe. And what we'll be doing next is trying to get the brightness as low as possible, but just bright enough that we don't necessarily fall asleep. And then we bugger off to do our own things. Oh, actually, hold on. We can do an Airbus thing now. Hold on a sec. Don't really know how this works, so we need a touch of dome lights. Sorry about that. There we go. Oh la la. Very nice. And is there a light to come onto this? Maybe a map light or foot vent, heater lights, pedal lights, console lights. What does that do? That's back there. We don't need that. Map light. No, not that either. We want some light here. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Touch of floodlights. Yeah, maybe a touch. But I can't see my my meal platter now. Hold on. That can't be right. There must be some way to get a light onto this. If anybody knows how to get a light onto the tray tables, now would be a good time to speak up. Alright, so I guess now we chill.
Hungarian 663, contact Bratislava 134475.
134475, bye-bye.
This is quite insane to believe, but at this time, online on VATSIM, we have ATC, or will have ATC, predictively from our start. Actually, let me tell you exactly how much ATC we have today. Excuse me. Cardi, why does that sound familiar? Yep. Oh, we're too far. Hold on a sec. Point Reblo is what I'm looking for. Boom. Reblo 427. So for the next 3 hours, we should have ATC control. We've been airborne now for 28 minutes. We don't actually need that because the this should be able to tell us status in terms of times. Sorry, it's position monitor, and we go to time. So yeah, so block time of 51 minutes so far, flight time of 28. Copenhagen is UTC +1 if I'm not wrong.
Plus 15546, contact approach and frequency 128.805, thank you, choose.
128
Okay. So I heard the
805 approachment 5546, thank you,
I'm not entirely sure where that came from.
Scandinavian 673, monitor advisory 128 ATC 78, bye-bye.
Roger, 122.8, Scandinavia 673, good night.
Alright, let's take a look. Copenhagen is UTC +1. And our destination is UTC plus a lot. 4 makes it 10. Can't believe I have to do math. UTC +7. Doesn't sound that much, but yeah, 6 hours from Copenhagen.
Marshall Radar, good evening, flags 44, flight level 350, CPDS and request 370.
FedEx 44, good evening, Warsaw radar contact.
That isn't quite right. Because this isn't right. Why does it think it's 1:31 in the morning? Oh shit. Oh shit, that messed up a lot of things. Whoopsie. Note to self, don't ever do that again. So that's still okay. So we're arriving at 13:01 plus 7. That makes more sense. So oops. Oh, much better. I didn't quite realize why that was strange. I think I picked up on that a bit too late. Just to save me a little bit of time on the arrival tomorrow, I'm gonna go take a look at what the weather trend is gonna be like. And tomorrow in Tonsanat, variable at 3 knots, so not much in terms of weather or wind do anything. So we're going to do a safe arrival tomorrow.
Warszawa Radar Dobry wieczór, Postman 1-2, climbing Preflight 270.
Postman 1-2, dobry wieczór, Warszawa, radar contact, continue climb flight level 310.
Dobry wieczór, forgot.
Continue up to 310, Postman 1-2.
And Postman 1-2, proceed direct BIMPA.
Direct BIMPA, Postman 1-2.
Lot to Whiskey Papa, advisory 122 decimal 8 ATC service terminated, bye bye.
Advisory, lot Whiskey Papa, thank you, bye.
Hello, offload 512, the same for you, advisory 122 decimal 8, have a good flight, paka paka. Hello, offload 512, Warszawa.
Oh, sorry, we didn't hear you about 512. Contact Unicorn 1 to 2.8. Have a nice day, bye bye.
See ya.
Warszawa Radar, good evening, Wizard 2039er, passing 170.
Wizard 2039, Warszawa, hello, radar contact, climb flight level 350.
Climbing 350, Wizard 2039er.
Hello radar, good evening, runner 2 Michael, correction, runner 2 for kilo, inbound Scary, climbing to flight level 350.
Runner 2 for kilo, witam Warszawa, radar contact. Lot 3 Juliet Kilo, contact who? 124175.
Kontakt Bremen 124175, lot 3 Juliet Kilo, dzięki, cześć.
Wizzer 655, flight level 240.
Wizzer 655, witam, proszę wykonywać IPLAM.
Wizzer 655, czy może pan powiedzieć ponownie?
Proszę wykonywać punkt IPLAM.
Punkt i flam Wizzer 655.
Warsaw, hello, Turkish 3 Whiskey, inbound Subic.
Turkish 3 Foxtrot Whiskey, hello, Warszawa, radar contact. Runner 24 Kilo, direct Cooksan, expect ILS 08.
Direct Cooksan, expect ILS runway 08, runner 24 kilo.
Wizzer 655, gdy gotowy, zniżaj poziom lotu 100.
Wizzer 655, czy może pan powtórzyć?
Gdy gotowy, zniżaj poziom lotu 100.
Poziom lotu 100. Wizzer 655.
Warszawa Radar, dobry wieczór, Wizz 1839 at Wrocław, stand 2, information Foxtrot on board requesting IFR clearance to Budapest.
Wizz 1839, dobry wieczór, Warszawa, clear to destination. Departure Packot 1 Alpha, runway 11, initial climb 6,000 feet, squawk 1000.
We are clear to destination via Packot 1 Kilo, runway 11, initial climb 6,000 feet, squawk 1000, Wizz 1839.
Wizz 1839 negative, Packot 1 Alpha.
Roger, Packot 1 Alpha, runway 11, Wizz 1839.
Wizz 1839 is back correct.
Also sent, hello, Scandinavian 8612, maintain a flight level 380.
Scandinavian 8612, hello Warszawa, direct Romeo, Oscar Echo.
Direct Romeo, Oscar Echo, Scandinavian 8612.
Warszawa Radar, dobry wieczór, Northwest 6 Papa Charlie is with you, flight level 350.
Northflight 6 Papa Charlie, dobry wieczór, Warszawa Radar, contact, proceed, direct Leno.
Direct Leno for Northwest 6 Papa Charlie.
Trying to prepare for my OPC, and I can tell you it's pretty boring, so I'm really feeling it. All right, guys, honestly, I think this is it for the stream. There's nothing interesting ahead of us. Most of the airports are fine, some cold weather operations. The difficult part was back in Western Europe, but here in Central and Eastern Europe should be mostly okay. I plan on being online for another 2 or 3 hours, and then we're going to go into control rest. And yeah, so we'll see you around for the arrival into Ho Chi Minh City. If you're interested, that's going to be touching down at 6:14 Zulu, and I'll be here from, I guess, 5 Zulu onwards, which I think is a decent amount of time to be ready for. Thanks for joining me again on another stream for today. And we'll see you in the morning if you are, if not, some other time. Thanks very much for joining me. Arrivederci.